I can see there's a few of the cars from the first heat out there. Ray Stewart being one of those. Paul Simon's another one. And the winner of the Ray Stewart 70 lap also, Ian Burson, is there as well. He loves this track, he told me. Well, they all say that when they're at the front winning, I suppose. So he'd just cleaned up the 70 lap. Joining me up here now is promoter of the track in the form of Jason Scott. Instead of the race suit this tonight, Jason, you've got the hivers on. As I said before, the classes that don't run here amalgamate themselves with the volunteers just to make the meeting a little bit better. But a great opportunity for Cromwell to shine again in the form of this championship here tonight.
Yeah, no, it's you know, third production saloon title in New Zealand, and it's 63 cars. It's a pretty good field of cars from all over the country. So you know, be some tight racing to go, I'd say. You know, and we'll get to the end tomorrow night, I suppose.
Now, I mean, this is a great thing about Speedway in general, the contrast between the production cars, which is an entry level of sport, and I don't think you'd find as an economic way of getting into motorsport, and it sounds crazy when you talk about motorsport, it always sounds expensive, but certainly, you know, from the top end of the sprint cars and the super saloons like the sprint cars you run, it's great to see that people can still get out here on the clay and have a great time at such an economic rate.
Yeah, no, it's a good mix. Whether it's where you're going to start racing in life and proceed to other classes, or you know, there's a few old guys out there just love it. You know, Jeff Friend, he's been around for a while, and a few beers with him last night, and he that's what he lives for. He loves it, suits him, and cheap, and it's good, clean, easy racing. You know.
Well, that's what we like to see, and this should be cheap and easy racing out here now, but these cars, ladies and gentlemen, if you get a chance to go down and have a look at them, they are very, very impressive. This is the creme de la creme of the super saloons here vying for this title. And again, a big thanks to Mag and Turbo for making this one possible. So Group C versus Group A. So we've got the X Factor cars, the Graham Williamson Group C, up against the Mag and Turbo Group A. And as we saw last time, a couple of those drivers that are up there in the points didn't do so flash. Trevor Elliott not doing what he know he can do so well. But out there at the moment, Ray Stewart, he's going to try to make up as much as he can. Ryan Marsden's out there again. Kerry Dixon, all the ones from that first Group A outing. Paul Simon. But there are a few additions out there at the moment. Ewan Shearing is one of them in the 69i car from Invercargill. Another hard charger and one to watch in the Mag and Turbo sponsored 6C car, Kane Lawson. He shone pretty well last year in this, and I've got to say, a hard, fast racer. So keep an eye on him. He is sitting at the moment 5th in the points. But the man who made all of the inroads last round, and we're used to seeing him here in a big old bad sprint car, 46E, Paddy North, sitting in 4th position, did an absolutely fantastic job. Richie Taylor there as well in the 58C is another entry into this one in Group C. As well as Terry Soper in the 8D car from Dunedin. So they're just going to do a little bit of wheel packing at the moment. So wait for them just to line up, see how they're going to be unleashed for this one. Looks like Kerry Dixon inside of the front row. It looks like it's going to be Lister in the 4D car. Although now they're back to single file, doing a bit more wheel packing. You'll just see the officials pointing on the track where they want them. They can see a little bit too much water. Get that clay packed down nice and smooth. Means we get 2 lanes of racing. We don't want any follow the leader. So it's important to pack the clay from the pole line on the inside right out to the fence. So water truck retreats to the centre. Original grid position comes out. 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. Travis down there taking over Clerk of the course duties for a sec. So let's see how they're going to line up. Kerry Dixon inside row 1. Outside will be Lister. As they pull forward now, it should be Paul Simon, who will be inside of row number 2. Outside will be Paddy North. Technically, they should all get a go at the front and the back and the inside and the outside with these heat draws. So we're going to get the 1 lap to go board by the looks of things. The Civil Construction's pace truck will head to the centre. Great thanks to Civil Construction and certainly John Severite for organising all the signage on these push trucks. They all look the same out in the centre now. Everybody's chomping at the bit to get going. Taylor hasn't had a run tonight. Travis heads to the concrete bunker in the middle. They head through turn number 3. It'll be Lister who's going to guide them around here. He's going to set the pace. Green flag's up the ready. Who's going to get the run? Oh, a little bit early. I would have picked it that Kerry Dixon was a wee bit early in that one. He's a 2 or 3 car lengths out in front. They've let it run green all the way through turn number 2. Oh, big hit over there for Soper. 3 cars in it. Too many too low in turn number 2. There's a tongue twister. And it's resulted in 3 cars parked over there at the moment. And it looks like it's Burson who backs away first. No visible damage to that car. Soper was pretty much driven round to the wrong way. Ryan Marsden's the other one that's still nose to nose over there at the moment. Ewan Shearing. He stopped down the front. Couple of crews out there. Oh no, huge damage to the front of Burson's car. And that's a whole lot of camber on the right front as crew were up against the fence trying to tell him to stop. I'm sure he could feel it in the steering wheel, but he's wobbling the car left to right. That ain't going to feel good at all. So Burson a casualty of over there. He backed away pretty quick. But that right front, it's running about 14 degrees negative camber. His crew were pretty adamant that he needed to stop. He's just going to keep ticking away. This will go to a restart because no laps were completed, so it'll be a full. No, he's in the middle. He's in the middle. Obviously, you can feel something definitely wrong with the front of that car. So Ian Burson, he was second in the points. So it will be a DNF for this heat for him, which will mean for this restart, there will be a spot left right behind Kerry. And that can't be filled. Paul Simon can't move forward. He does get a bit of an advantage with a bit of clear air in front for the restart. As they head down through turn number 2 now. Ryan Marsden managed to get away with that. No visible damage to his car. As they come now, a bit of pace building up. Lister setting the pace through 3 and 4. Green flag at the ready. Green flag drops it away. Who's going to get it? And it's going to be Kerry Dixon down there first. Paddy North, great job down the inside. Tries to muscle his way past Lister. Does a good job of it. Lister's high and dry on the outside of 2. 1, 2, 3 cars passing him now. Paul Simon's 1, Taylor's the other. Then we've got Ray Stewart fighting his way through there as well. Everybody wants to make an advantage early on. Kerry Dixon in the meantime gets away out there in the front in the 225 car. Further back, Taylor's having a good fight with Simon. Ray Stewart, he wants down the inside into turn number 3 on Simon. There's not a lot of room at the moment. Paddy North nicely in second at the moment, the 46E car. As he heads down to turn number 2, Ray Stewart slides into 3rd position. Everyone's getting through cleanly. There's not too much crashing going on. Ryan Marsden, he's made 3 or 4 places up from the rear, but out the front, Kerry Dixon doing a great job. Although Ray Stewart now straight past Paddy North down there in turn number 4. He's got the foot hard to the ground and he's away. He's got a bit to catch. Kerry was out to 2.6 seconds. Let's see what it is this time around. As everybody else has followed the leader a little bit at the moment. Although Paul Simon and Taylor fighting hard side by side down into turn number 1 and through turn number 2. Soper, no damage from that crash as well. He's doing well, coming back through the field. As Kerry Dixon crosses the line again, lap 5 down of 12. And there's a bit of fighting going back on there between Soper, Simon and Ryan Marsden. But it's Taylor who's cleared away in a 4th position at the moment. As everyone heads down to turn number 3, but out of 4 comes Kerry Dixon, doing a fantastic job out there in the front. Keeping it nice and clean and smooth. He's got everything to lose and everything to win out there in the front. Further back in the pack, there's Ryan Marsden. He's done a great job up in the 4th position, past Soper and Simon. Kane Lawson just sitting back there in the Magan Turbo 6C. But out the front, Kerry Dixon might just have enough to hold Ray Stewart off as he heads into turn number 3 and through to turn number 4. He's got about 10 car lengths in it. Ray Stewart knows his track all too well. He's down to about 8 car lengths now. Paddy North's about the same back. The fight's going on between Soper, who overcooks it in turn number 2, letting Ryan Marsden off the hook. And now we're going to see Kane Lawson trying hard to get past Paul Simon down in 3. Looks like he might just get it done. I'm not sure that car's handling all that well for Lawson at the moment. That 6C car is normally a lot further up as we come across to collect lap number 10, and it's 225. T out in the front, Kerry Dixon, followed by the 34T. In the form of Ray Stewart, Paddy North. He's coming under a little bit of fire from Ryan Marsden and Soper. White flag at the ready. Oh no, looks like it's overcooked time over there for Ray Stewart. He's overcooked it in turn number 3, tries to get back on the track out of 4. Paddy North saw it all happening. Can he capitalise on it or not? Down there into 2, Paddy North. He's still in 3rd. But at the front, it's going to be Kerry Dixon who crosses the line in first for the checkered flag. Ray Stewart manages to hold on a second somehow. Then we go back to Paddy North. Then it's going to be Ryan Marsden, then Soper, then Lawson. Taylor's next, followed by Simon. Rounding him out, it's going to be Ewan Shearing and Lister. So Ray Stewart just about chucked it all out the window then, coming out of turn number 3. Also managed to avoid the soak hole sitting over there with the cones around it and pick up some pretty valuable points. Especially with that Burson sitting there in the middle. That's going to hurt him, but I'm sure he'll come back. Plenty of racing still to go tonight. As the cars will head back to the pit lane or the pit area to make sure they can do some adjustments to try to get a little bit more speed out of them. As I said, some of them uncharacteristically a little bit slower than normal.